Did you see that? It nearly killed me. What if I hadn't gotten the shield up in time? Look at that. It's shut down. I'd been hoping it would drive away the hacker, but...
I need to enter the Mage's tower. Please lift the shield.
Sorry, no can do. I set up that shield for a reason. To contain the enraged golems and the hacker. I was updating the control Logoi when a hacking attempt was initiated. I was barely able to materialize the log scroll. See these red lines of code? That's where the hacker intervened. He tried to copy my work and seize control.
A mercenary has his job cut out for him in this kingdom. I don't understand how someone else can grab control of a golem.
Same here. Whoever did this was really intelligent. If one of the golems hadn't rushed at me, I'd have caught the sneak. He's hiding somewhere. I'll send a search rune. Maybe you'll manage to capture him. You need to get to the tower anyway, don't you? You could just fight your way past the golems, but I'm sure the search would be quicker. He escaped! I didn't even have the time to set up a magic barrier. The hacker was already gone.
Yes, you better be careful. Your job's at risk.
Yes, but I'm trying to figure out where he went. Most likely he jumped into another dimension. But why didn't he come back then? What happened to him there? What if he perished?
Dear Aurelie. But he was a criminal.
Bludgeon? The bandit leader? What's going on? I must let Kaythorn know immediately.
It'd be worth telling one of the commanding mages about the giant.
Yes, probably. Maybe Kaythorn will spare me a minute.
On the nature of things? His research suggests the world is...
Agnes? Meister's watching us.
Well then, I see a fox eating us. Eager to boost your power, enhance your self-esteem and efficiency, reach new heights? Magic has everything you need.
Great. I'm searching for a certain mage. His name is Careless. He's a mage, like everyone here.
Ah, I see. His house is to the left of the tower, overlooking the main square.
Many thanks. Oh, and I'll think about that power boost.
Well then, Rosens. Let's see you demonstrate these much-needed senses of yours. I see a fox. One can say that. It's a fun. There is... That is interesting. Should we travel?
I've had such a good week. I've sold 6 magic tomes, 26 workbooks, and 4 spellbooks. Not bad at all. Wish I could say the same. How's it going for you? Not so good. No one wants to know.
Today's a very important day for us, my love.
But why?
You want to gift the esteemed scientist a bottle for yourself.
Well then, Rosens. Let's see you demonstrate. Where should we look for Palatines?
Please, Albert, do not utter that name.
Guess what I saw in the refectory after supper yesterday?
Roast beef?
A polar bear! A live one!
Oh, stop with your leg.
Honest. It was the size of a cat, though, and then it slowly vanished into thin air.
You need to say that one of us.
Important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests.
Precisely. How about white frog's legs and pink ball?
sneak thief had himself a good...
Perhaps the culprit came in through the window instead of picking the lock, and made off with his ill-gotten loot that way.
That's just the point. It's impossible. The windows were latched from inside.
The thief must have used magic then. I can't help you with that.
Yeah, and who can? Those cups cost a fortune.
The tower spirits can. They only obey magisters. You'll want an appointment with Meister.
Can't you go around?
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester.
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on someone else is quite contrary to my nature.
You seem a wise fellow. Are you a magister?
What a strange observation, sir. I am merely a disciple.
At such an advanced age, you're still a disciple?
And recently, I bribed the magistrate and discovered I really am the heir. I implore you. I demand of you.
Hands of the color of cake, like...
I implore you.
Said several disciples to resolve this issue.
If I started selling my patients at 5 coppers a cup, I'd be richer than the king.
I can't speak right now. I can barely move, see? There's so much to do.
I'm not giving you a choice, wizard. Remember Yvonne?
Ah, Yvonne. It's totally harmless. She won't even age while she's frozen there. Her beauty awaits me.
You enchanted her so she'd wait for you. Are you mad?
I was frightened. I worried that she'd leave me if she was free to.
How do I lift the curse?
Just stand before her and speak the word care aloud. She'll become animate again at once. Listen, life has been hard on me of late. Perhaps I shouldn't have done it, but I feel as though I'm barely alive right now. We were casting the spell for several days straight, pouring mana all over the quarantine dome over Montpatry. Please, I want to apologize. Bring this unwilting bouquet to Yvonne. I enchanted it for her. Will you do this for me?
I implore you. No.
Were you the one who riled up?
It's not in the best condition.
Are you...
Tear it down?
My dearest Lady Gisela, please do.
Oh my.
Why the tragic side?
Let us raise a glass of the ultimate instead. Haven't you noticed it yourself? Our spells are requiring more and more mana.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art.
A mistake. A mistake with Cedric. Mistakes are unacceptable, unprofessional.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
Have you picked up a plague map from the media?
Despite my vast knowledge and rich stock of Logoi, I cannot express my gratitude.
Save your Logoi.
I'll visit her once I feel a bit better.
care. Are you okay?
What happened?
Careless put a spell on you. I lifted it.
Oh, by the gods, my head is spinning like a top. Oh.
Careless asked me to give you this bouquet by way of apology.
What? Flowers? He understands. Why would I want his apologies? He treats me as his property. Like I'm an amusing plaything. Ugh. He casts a spell on me and violates my person. Then all he does is apologize. Ugh.
Today's a very important day. Today, I finally screwed up my courage to ask you out on a date. The magic cards divined that you'd accept.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir. I was so pleased that my heart skipped a beat.
Little success in elixirs, or so his mentor says. On the other hand, whoa there! Look at that man.
So I shielded the village daughter with my message at him. I picked up an iron rod.
Built like a barrel, and always the tallest in the crowd.
If I had my way, I'd trade it for that.
Oh my.
Why the tragic sighs, dear fellow?
Let us raise a glass of aquas to the Archmage Koveras.
He ran over that way, into the ruins.
Instead.
One more cart from the fair. The lair must be close.
That was a good outing.
My hand still hurts after that blow I got. Did you see?
Were you even holding the right end of the draw? That was a good outing.
My hand still hurts after that blow.
A stone door leading into an old dolmen. What will I find, I wonder? Here goes.
everyone read Cathon's treatise on the nature? Aha, I've been expecting you. You're going to help me. See these ignorant disciples? They've littered the school's ether with their mispronounced Logoi. You need to cleanse the ether and set a good example for them. Can you see the 3 misshapen Logoi?
I can't see anything.
Right. I forgot you never had a proper education. Just wait a moment.
Wait, what are you doing?
Hic sentio logi. Now you can see them. What are you waiting for? Set a good example for my pupils. All you need to do is extinguish the Logoi in the right order. If they start multiplying, you've made an error. Begin with the farthest one. Well, start already.
It's clear. But what next?
Well then, Rosens. Let's see you demonstrate
So-
these much-rooted senses of yours. I see. Should we travel all the way there, or what?
Knock it off. I can clearly see the black patches.
Here goes.
Oops.
Can't you go around?
Has everyone read Cathon's
Look,
treatise
over
on
there.
the nature of things?
Margaret's
His
staring at-
research. I never doubted for a second you'd be able to solve our little problem.
I find a sword more agreeable than magic tricks.
For a non-graduate of the Mage's Tower, you did a great job. Better than some of the dunderheads standing before me now.
Where should we look for this Palatinus? So what do you need?
I'm seeking a mage named Palatinus. You two paid him a visit the night before the disaster, did you not?
Oh no. Ursula.
Calm your britches, Albert. I will tell them everything. Palatinus is a famous alchemist, a genius, in fact. We ordered a rejuvenating potion from him for Albert's mother, and paid a good price for it. But when we came to collect the potion, Palatinus had fled, leaving us empty-handed. That was about the same time the panic started. The hubbub, the shouting. We only escaped by the seams of our stockings.
Are you looking for him? Why are you so certain he's still here?
He was seen in the vicinity of the tower several times. It is rumored he's completely lost his mind, overwhelmed by illusions and arcane fixations. I must admit, we've given up any hope of getting our money back. Palatinus is both insane and dangerous. It would be better if someone else found the wizard and took care of him without our help. Someone who would be a match for him.
What does that mean, dear heart?
It means we are going home.
Well then, Rosens. Let's see you demonstrate. Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why? My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
Whoa there! Look at that mad wizard go.
I want to ask you about the mad wizard you mentioned.
Mad wizard? I can't tell you much. That odd bird didn't say a lot that made sense. It burst in here, eyes all crazed and gleaming, and as if someone was chasing it with a broadsword. I tried to calm him. I spoke very soothingly. Then he screamed, "Don't touch me! Palatinus's name is cursed!" and fled, never to be seen again.
Did you see where he ran?
To the old ruins. They're not far from here.
A mad wizard? Sounds suspiciously like Palatinus.
My boy wrote to say he started studying.
Today's a very important day for us.
How do you like that wonderful fresh bread from our garret?
Aha. So you had some...
Sit down.
That's because he tossed all sorts of magic powers into it.
Magic powers?
I'll tell you more. Asco used to talk about this crazy. Any idea how hard it was to get you out of this mess?
I'm tired of it.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
because today I finally screwed up.
My boy wrote to say he started studying.
You're Palatinus, right? I have a few questions.
Go away! Stop torturing me! My soul is afire! Can you not see how I am suffering? Oh, never again will I pursue easy money. The elementals are charging my shield right now! If you dare break into their cage, they'll tear you to pieces! Neither you nor they can get me! Now get out of here!
Venenum, magnum, laetum, veritas, vista, amrita, abhava.
Now what do I do with it?
Why can't I remember?
Curse this poison! Leave me be! Let me focus! won't you let me work? Who hired you? Was it Bludgeon Tenebros? I've got nothing to do with them. Leave!
Do you recognize this letter granting access to the Mage Factory? It has your seal and signature on it. Will you speak up now?
Yes, the letter is mine. I'll tell you the truth. My daughter Teresa is severely ill. Our healers were unable to help her, but I'd heard of someone in Artisania.
Keep to the point. What did these visitors want from you? I think I know their names.
They promised to pay for Teresa's treatment. In return, I was to create a special poison for them. You see, I uncovered a secret of the Dark Adepts. The Mage Factor named it the Widow's Kiss. I haven't a clue why. The poison drives its victims to fits of insanity. Strange name for it. I told Albert numerous times he needed to use Larianese glass flasks, but he never listened. Poor old fellow. I wonder if he's still alive.
How did you destroy the Mage Factory? And don't waste my time with digressions.
Yes, of course. I just need to focus. Those greedy aristocrats. They demanded I make them more poison. As if one order wasn't enough. Because of them, I was in a rush, and then... the boiling flask burst right in front of me, poison spraying everywhere. They ran, of course. Oh, Creator, the sound of those screams coming through the window. Dreadful.
So how did you escape the madness? I'm not inclined to believe you.
I had time to take the antidote. There was little enough of it, but it was effective. And if my hands weren't shaking, I'd buy the elements. I remember nothing more. Why did I come here?
When I found you, you were working on some alchemy. What are you making here? More poison?
No. I know I'm making an antidote. I must eliminate Widow's Kiss to the last drop. This poison must be destroyed. But wait! Only my retort burst. The second was in Ursula's hands. That's it! They still have the Widow's Kiss! You must find them immediately!
My boy wrote to say he started studying.
Today's a very important day for us. Well then, Rosens, let's see you demonstrate these money.
Let's see a fox eating a squirrel.
Selfish old woman. I can't believe her.
You mustn't speak of your... This was to be expected. I am so sorry, my bright daffodil, but this is the end for us.
Ursula, please be calm. I will deal with this. Now you listen to me. To begin, the disaster was not caused by the poison. Palatinus is wrong. That's not why it happened. Second, we don't have the retort. We left it back at the foundry.
I need details.
Yes, I will tell you everything. You see, we weren't the only nighttime guests at the Mage Factory. We were just fetching the order when I stumbled upon some horrible ritual. And the explosion! We ran outside and that spirit attacked us. It was furious. Ursula dropped the boiling flask. Palatinus saved us. He subdued the spirit with a spell, and it let us go. We left the flask behind at the Mage Factory.
You say you left the retort at the Mage Factory. What then?
We were at Castle Arden. Palatinus fled right away, and the spirit... What was his name?
Ador. That was what Palatinus called him. That is the spirit's true name, Ador. Unfortunately, before I could command this entity, it called for help.
More spirits appeared, and we ran. Oh, how we ran. And then... what else could we do? We spent our last coin on that poison.
Why should I believe you? You tried to deceive me before.
If you need a witness, talk to Ador. He will tell you we're telling the truth.
We told you everything. You won't put us in chains after we've been so helpful to your investigation, will you?
Compared to the guards who abandoned their posts, and this corrupt mage, your moral failings are frankly not all that remarkable. Oh, what has become of the Crown lands?
Welcome to Marcella.
And our most noble and esteemed guests, we are to let no one from Mon Patrie enter Marcella.
Have you picked up a plate? Haven't you heard? We're all about to be sent to the Patron outpost to fight the peace.
I implore you. No, I didn't.
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests.
I'm looking for a man named Xandor. Do you know him?
Of course I know Xander. He's the most irresponsible royal mage to ever live. Hard to forget a man like that. The scoundrel took 3 of my books to check for references, and I've neither seen nor heard from him since. It's been more than a week. He's scampering all over the country with my priceless tomes in tow. I keep tracking his movements, but he always manages to slip away.
Can you tell me where Xandor is right now?
Not Xander precisely, but the books. Have you not heard of library markings? Ah, never mind. You'll see everything in a moment. Ecce Liberos. Can you feel them now?
Guess what I saw in the refectory after supper yesterday?
Roast beef?
A polar...
Did the Meister send you? I didn't take that scroll from the library, and I don't know who did.
No, it's not that.
Oh, well, whatever happened, I swear it wasn't me.
I haven't the slightest notion what you're whimpering about. I wanted to ask you about Brand.
Brand? Now that's unexpected. I haven't heard anything about him for 3 years. Not since he left his grandpa's house. What happened to him?
He joined a bandit gang and never had the guts to leave it. He was betrothed to this girl, or maybe she was planning to marry him, but it was no good. He's too scared to propose to her. She's a very persistent young woman. She wants everything to be right and proper between them. And that's the problem. You're a mage, right? Is there any way to make a man braver?
An interesting problem, but not my specialty. Now, Nikas, on the other hand...
Nikas?
Yes, Nikas. Brand's grandfather. He's quite an accomplished researcher in the field. It's too bad he doesn't take on apprentices.
Guess what I saw in the refectory after supper yesterday? I implore you. No, I demand.
Have you been bewitched?
We barely shook them off. Tell me, can you see...
King Maximus did battle with the undead in Nagarajar. I once fought them too. Wonder how our battles compared. What's this? A bell? Your Brand's grandfather? That wimp must have used his last reserves of courage running away from home.
What? My grandson is anything but a wimp. Before he left, he declared in no uncertain terms that he intended to be a free man. What happened?
He got mixed up with a filthy gang of brigands. As for the rest, it's quite a long story. He fell in love and wanted to marry the lass, but the gang leader stole his bride. I myself stepped in to rescue her, and now she wants to make Brand a brave man.
What a resourceful young maiden. If I were 20 years younger, I'd be competing for her heart myself. What was her name again?
Marlene.
Marlene, huh? We must help Brand win the fair maiden again. I have an idea. All we need is a drop of fire blood. Do you know about fire spirits? They'd make for an excellent amulet of bravery. On the other hand, my books...
What?
Never mind the finicky details. Heroes like you generally shouldn't. Tell you what, let's tell your fortune instead. Which do you choose? The book or the sword?
The book or the sword, you said. You could have warned me.
What kind of fortune teller would I be then? Oh no, it was your magic that chose this path. Did you succeed in obtaining a drop of fire blood?
Yes. Here you are.
Oh yes, that's it. Wait a few moments while I fashion the amulet. Step aside and watch a genuine mage at work.
I didn't expect one could make a magic amulet so quickly. You must be a true master.
It's quite a good one, too. This should help Brand. I know what my grandson is like.
Hey, I remember you. It's not often someone is willing to help a loser like me. I hope Marlena's happy without me.
Yeah, it's all about Marlena. Nick has fashioned an amulet of bravery for you. Put it on.
Really? Grandpa? Is he angry with me?
No, he's not. Put the amulet around your neck.
Okay, I will. Whoa, I'm getting the strangest feeling. That cleaver dared kidnap my girl. Killing was too good for that swine, but at least I'll see justice done for Marlena. Marlena comes first. My girl, so brave, so smart and resourceful. I will marry her. I can't see why I hesitated before.
What if she gives you the cold shoulder again?
You will come to the wedding. I want you to see how happy I can make her.
Brand, now you're the man I always wanted.
Marlena?
I told you the real Brand was so much more than he appeared.
My dear girl, you've always been the only one to believe in me.
You can see for yourself how he's changed. I didn't mean that. What I meant to say is that he's become the man he always was, deep inside. It sounds incredible. But he gave me a new ring, not the one I gave you. He even brought me a gift, an Illyrian chick. Wherever did he get such a thing? I have no idea what to do with such a rare bird. Here, why don't you take it?
A chick? For me?
Yes, please accept it. We don't have any money, but an Illyrian chick is worth a small pile of gold.
Also, thank you. If it weren't for you, I'd still be a sniveling milksop.
May Eliu watch over you.
Today's a very important day for us,
My boy wrote to say
Have you seen a fellow here called Fontaine? He's from Rickville.
Yeah. He rushed in here just a little while ago. Scared stupid. He's hiding in the backyard, terrified someone's gonna come for him. He's a jittery fella.
Fontaine, come out of there.
Yeah, right. So you can beat me too?
Komos, your master, is looking for you. And for his tools.
I know. That's why I'm hiding.
What nonsense is this? I'll just shake you out of there. That's better, Apprentice. Why were you hiding?
I'm trying to stay away from Komos. I got beaten once already today. I don't need a licking from him, too.
Who beat you up?
These bandits at the fair. I left the carriage behind, too.
Go to Rickville and tell your master.
But you don't know Komos. He won't listen. I abandoned his carriage and tools. Well, that's all it'll take for him to judge me guilty.
Where did these funfair-loving bandits come from?
No idea. I ran for it once the brawl started up. People were being beaten, stalls trashed, things stolen. I just ran. I'm not ashamed. My life is worth more than a box of tools.
My boy Rosens.
Success.
The others, built like a barrel, and always the tallest in the crowd.
If I had mine.
Looks like the bandits have been having a party. Are there any survivors?
You're not a bandit, are you? Are they gone?
What are these?
Tomatoes! Look how fat and round they
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
Because today, finally...
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
Hey, poor fellow. How are you? Look, I found your tools.
Wow! That means I can go back to Rickville. Oh! And Kamos might not wallop me now.
Now you can safely return home.
Thanks a bunch. I bow low to you. Kamos is quite the heavy hitter.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing. With such talented family.
Today's a very important.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir. I was so pleased that my heart skipped a beat.
You were right. The device did measure something. Do you understand anything about its function?
No, of course not. But fortunately, the Creator has heard my prayers. Amanda, a neighbor of mine from Parnack, found me. Let me present her to you, and she'll explain it all.
Amanda? Hello, Amanda.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Amanda, a disciple of the Mage's Tower. Bernard was exceedingly nervous about the device, so I said I would try to figure it out myself. Let me see it. Give me a few minutes.
What does the miracle device say?
It indicates a strong efflux of dark charms in the village, most intensely by the mountain wall. What could it be? Oh, Creator, the Mage's Tower!
A bold hypothesis, but do you have any proof?
Grills! There are several of these round waste grills on high, and one of them is open. That means the mages were dumping their magical garbage down on the village. The locals have nothing to do with it. We thought the villagers of Rickville were poisoning us. They've always hated us. But as it turns out, the mages are truly to blame.
A bold hypothesis, but do you have any proof?
How about this? Let's meet in the Mage's Tower in the yard by the Market Street. I seem to recall something relevant in the archives. Not to worry, I'll figure something out.
Did you find them? Did you get the retort?
No, it's still at the Mage Factory. Ador knocked it out of Ursula's hands.
Oh no. It fell on the floor then. That's even worse. The retort may have been damaged. If so, the poison will start seeping out and spread around the Mage Factory. And then, who knows how many more people will go mad from breathing in its miasma. The Widow's Kiss has already destroyed the Mage Factory.
There's no plague or poison in the Mage Factory. It was wiped out in the course of some sinister ritual. Not by the Widow's Kiss. You can go straight in, retrieve the retort, and destroy it. Open the portal.
I can't. No one can. The Mage Factory is quarantined by Cathorn's magic and a whole army of mages. Besides, I can't even remember how to get to the Mage Factory. My mind's on fire. I need to neutralize the poison, and quickly. But how can I do that with the Widow's Kiss still inside the Mage Factory? Find the retort, and your reward will be generous. You have my word.
about Palatinus? He's been spotted roaming the tower.
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester.
Thievery? Nonsense. It was a magic experiment. Any mage worth his wand could see that.
Do you know something about the stolen silver cups?
You could say that, but the reality is much more complicated. I don't think an outsider like you can appreciate the essence of my research. I'll try and explain the basics. Surely you're familiar with Cathon's treatise on the nature of things? I'd be surprised if you weren't. My experiment was intended to discover whether one's Logoi can affect the concept of a silver cup. And it succeeded.
Logoi and the concept of whatever. You had better return those cups. You'll undoubtedly be arrested if you don't.
I admit I do feel a little bit guilty for depriving someone of their valuable possessions. Awkward indeed. It shouldn't be difficult to reverse the spell and have the cups rematerialize from the concept. All I need is the right ingredients. Do you happen to have some mana-infused water, a silver bracelet, and a crystal orb on you? I could go gather them myself, but I'm a little wary of venturing out right now.
Hardly. I'm sure there's plenty of those sorts of things in the Mage's Tower, though.
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests.
What do you know about Palatinus? He's been spotted roaming.
Well then, Rosens. Let's see you demonstrate these much.
This merchant isn't very watchful of his goods.
Fox eating a squirrel in the woods.
Anyone can say that. Give me something new.
Fine. There is magic afoot at
I implore you. No, I don't.
I implore you. No, I demand of you.
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on
You seem a wise fellow. Are you a magister?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Sorry, I got distracted.
Are you studying celestial bodies?
Yes. I monitor the glow and color of the stars, for such is my discipline. I can see you've come from afar. The road that lies ahead of you is also long.
Yes, I have traveled many places, and will probably visit many more. What are you trying to say?
I have a map to a dungeon. It is full of magic artifacts and ancient treasures. I had once thought of going there myself, but I see now that this will never happen.
Are you going to sell this treasure map?
Of course. It's yours for a mere handful of gold coins.
Let me think. Last time something like this happened,
How wonderful. You're rich.
I'll come back to tell you of my adventures in the dungeon.
That map is more than just a dusty old bit of vellum with an X on it. It is a dream. May it come true in your hands.
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester.
Mana-infused water, a silver bracelet, and a crystal orb, as requested.
Perfect. I had just enough time to reread Iphicletes. Cathon criticizes his theory of the world being composed of minuscule particles, remember? Undoubtedly, the Archmage is right. The world is nothing but materialized concepts. You're about to witness a simple experiment that proves just that. I found several books in Oleron's library describing a conceptual materialization ritual. It didn't take long to compile my own incantation.
That's all well and good, but you need to return those cups.
Weren't you listening? I just said I'm ready to materialize the concept of a silver cup.
Can't you go around?
The rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests.
What do you know about Palatines? He's been spotted roaming the tower grounds recently.
Well then, Rosens. Let's see you demonstrate these much-needed senses. Can't you go around us? Should we travel all the way there?
I see.
Well, Rosens, you lost the bet. You may commence taking notes for me. There's a certain formula for replacing lost limbs that requires a staggering amount of research.
Listen, Sil. My magical senses have served me well many times. Give me another chance.
You give me something serious, then you'll win. Something that I can see plain proof of.
Okay. You're going to receive a score of average in alchemy, Silveros.
What?
I just sensed our favorite graybeard in the laboratory. He was marking your grade on the sheet with a ridiculously long quill.
Average for me? That's a lie. And a laughable one at that. Your special sense is good for nothing.
I felt it, Silveros. It is right. You will soon see I am a real mage. And a seer. Damn Ulagi possessed me just now. I sensed nothing at all about our alchemy teacher. How am I going to get out of this? Silveros and I are friends, sure, but to slave away in the library in his place? I won't get a wink of sleep this year. I see you standing there, listening. Are you interested in magic?
Well, surprise me, Mage.
Listen then. I have an artifact, a magical quill which can reproduce any handwriting. You use the nib to write, and the feather to erase.
Intriguing. Can you show me?
Try it yourself. Take this quill, go to the laboratory and write average next to the name Silveros on the sequester's grade sheet. It is crucial that you picture yourself writing in sequester's hand. You have my word, it will be exactly the same. Even the mentors won't spot it.
You mages are peculiar. Go write it yourself.
Sequester will suspect me right away, but he wouldn't think of you. The quill is hidden in the yard, under the bench.
I should wait until Amanda opens her archives.
What year are you in?
I implore you. No, I demand that you capture that darn... Selling my patience at 5 coppers a cup.
Your friend will receive an average in alchemy, if this is what you call friendship.
Silveros is so full of himself. Dark magic isn't for everyone, he says. Indeed. Remedius is way above your level. In order to learn from him, one must be responsible. This will settle his hash. Thank you. It is done. Silveros, you will mock me no longer. My divinations always turn out to be true.
It seems my worst fears have been confirmed. A short while before the epidemic began, an artifact was brought to the tower. It was excavated from somewhere deep in the ancient crypts on Mage Actarius's orders. Apparently the mage in question is our librarian. He's incredibly nasty, but he seems to reserve an especially black hatred for me. He refuses even to speak to me.
What are you going to do?
Since you're here, could you talk to him, please? Meanwhile, I'll try to find out something about artifacts and curses.
What do you know about Palatines? We've been spotted roaming.
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester.
Mr. Actarius, pray tell, what was this artifact you discovered in the ancient crypts?
What, again? I'm tired of explaining myself. I haven't followed that kind of research in countless years. I'm a librarian for Ulagi's sake. Ah, that crazy Amanda woman sent you, right? She's always nosing around where she's not welcome.
Sir, you need to cool down. I'm here on an assignment from Prince Adrian. We need to talk.
Oh, so you know the prince personally. What was it you wanted? It's just that...
I want to know a few things about that artifact. What was it used for? Where? And by whom?
I don't know where the artifact is now. This was a long time ago. There might be more about it in the research log. You can find it in the alchemy lab.
That's just what I needed. Thank you, Mr. Actarius.
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester.
Guess what I saw in the refectory after supper yesterday?
I implore you. No, I demand of you. Capture that darned spirit. Castle Arden is my ancestral home. It's not in the best condition right now. A rogue elemental to tear it down.
My dearest Lady Gisela, please be patient. I already sent several disciples to resolve this issue.
If I started selling my...
Have you picked up a plate now?
Enjoying the view? Isn't it dangerous to breathe the air up here?
What? What do you mean?
I mean you're dumping the waste left over from the artifact examination upon the village of Parnak.
How did you find out? Did that spirit send you?
What spirit? Sax, you poisoned an entire village. That one yonder, down there.
It's not my fault. I was following the spirit's orders. Look, that artifact is possessed by his spirit. A ghost. Some restless soul. It's been haunting my dreams. Then it demanded I ignore the rules and dump the waste right over there.
But why?
The water was imbued with a magic that empowers the spirit. Once that water ended up in Parnak, they all got sick. Now he wants to know where the artifact is buried, but well, no one's gonna tell me that. I'm a mere disciple. An exhausted disciple.
What's good for this spirit is poison for men. Now you must wait for this spirit to be exorcised.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir. I was so
So I showed them and picked up
Battered that bear up.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Did you find anything out at the Mage's tower?
An evil spirit made a laboratory assistant from the tower dump magic waste right onto your village. That waste was infused with the spirit's power. That's what was poisoning you.
But why did this ghost want to harm our village? What did we ever do to him?
It's hard to say for sure. His slumber was disrupted, so perhaps he wanted to get revenge.
What now? Will this entity feed on our strength until we all wither away to empty husks?
I don't know the answer to that. However, the spirit desperately needs the artifact, and the mages buried it somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
Oh, why did I get tangled up in all this? There's no hope left for us. If someone could find that wretched spirit and bring it to justice. The entire village is dying and no one cares. How is that possible? You work for the prince, don't you? Help us. Amanda said the artifact had been dug up from those crypts on the other side of the bridge.
I found a mummy, but where's the spirit? How do I refer to you? The mummy spirit?
My name was Molino. It does not matter now, however. What do you want from me?
I know what you need. You want to find your artifact and claim the power within it, don't you?
Yes. And yet, I don't see the blazing scroll on you.
So that's what it's called, huh? Well, that's something at least. So, can you see it? Maybe give me a hint on where to find it?
I can sense it. but I can't retrieve it. The mages buried the scroll and enchanted the place to ward off the undead. You can help me. Wait! Let me gaze upon it once more. Wait!
The ghost tormenting you is named Molino. According to him, the mages are to blame for all your misfortunes. The mages defeated him, and confiscated a scroll written with some sort of pact. As a result, poisoned water was dumped on your heads from the tower.
Here's what I'm thinking. Here we are, helping the spirit, yet he was the one who made the lab assistant dump all kinds of waste on our village. Don't you think he deserves a lesson?
He's supposed to lift his curse from your village. That's our main objective.
Don't you want to teach him a lesson?
I want him to lift the curse from your village. That's our objective.
I'll double the reward I promised.
Now I wonder what the original reward was. I'll think about it, Bernard. Three tall stones. The mages hid the sorcerer's magic scroll somewhere around here.
My scroll. The magic that bound it has been disrupted. It is finally mine again.
What about Parnak?
The village will be purified, and it will be safe for the people to return. And that Sax fellow can sleep easy.
What happens next?
I shall use this scroll to revive my body. Not this one, naturally. I shall have to conduct numerous experiments first. Never before have I worked spellcraft of this kind. Rest assured, the scroll's power will not be wasted, even if in the end it is insufficient.
So if you cannot produce enough power, you'll be up to your old shenanigans again.
Naturally, if the circumstances warrant.
Which means I should destroy it. That's the only way to be certain you won't harm the living ever again.
No, you wouldn't dare. Stay back. Back, I say!
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
So I shielded the village guard and picked up a...
I solved your problem at last.
Indeed. I'm already feeling better. Has my disease abated?
You can return to Parnak now, along with the other villagers.
I can't believe it. Long and long have we waited for this day. I can breathe freely at last. You saved us, and I care not a whit how you did it.
Good luck, Bernard. Stay safe. We are living in dark times, you know.
So, 3 signs of Alm. Oh, familiar face. You look like you want to boost your armed power.
Didn't you used to be a disciple at the Mage's Tower?
Long story. They kicked me out, but now I've found a real trade. Trolls, raw force, the endurance of stone, and total obedience.
I think that last one is a miss. Trolls submit to no one.
Until now, I have discovered a spell that can tame them. Once I have the final ingredient, I'll be taming trolls with the snap of my finger.
What is this ingredient?
The Stone of Worry. I've read that this stone so terrifies trolls in its presence, a troll's mind goes soft as clay. These stones are said to be sentient and hide when they hear footsteps. I also read that they can be found along the riversides in Middle Ruin. A trip to Ruin is out of the question right now. Too many beasts and brigands. But as soon as I can manage it, I'll be in the business of selling trolls. The most important thing is to keep the stones at a distance. Otherwise, the enchantment might get out of control.
What happens if I give this stone to the captive troll? So, Stonehead, are you tame yet?
I think, therefore I am hungry. Either.
You're quite intelligent, I see.
I am either hungry. You been hired, troll? Give food, half troll.
I can see you've sorted out the world of sentient creatures pretty quickly, Stonehead. You were smart to hide. Who are you?
Well, I came with a friend. His name's Edel. He wanted to buy a trinket for his daughter, and then those rascals showed up. I hid beneath the stall. I was scared to even breathe. They put a noose around Edel's neck and took him away along with some others. I saw it through a crack in the boards.
They'll probably want a ransom.
We are simple folk. There's no gold to be had from us. Since you drove him away, maybe you could find my friend as well. His daughter Elmira will miss him badly.
Where can I find them?
The artisanians might know something. The merchants try to speak with those brigands. They mentioned some pact, but those dogs just laughed and told them where to stick their pack. It wasn't somewhere nice either. The bandits left soon thereafter. Never touched the artisanians, though.
A pact between the merchants and the brigands, huh? Now that's interesting.
What are these?
Just like that? Sounds like...
I implore you. No. Wait. I know you. I recognize you from the Universal Assembly. Anyone would remember your face.
Whom do I have the honor of addressing?
I am Baroness Gazella Wilmore Durden. What luck running into you.
Why's that?
I wanted to visit my ancestral home, Castle Ardennes, relive childhood memories, maybe even repair the structure. But an enraged rogue spirit has taken root there. And while these mages are refusing to help me, the creature is wrecking my family's castle.
My lady, your words wound me. My disciples are doing their utmost to help you, even as we speak.
But Archmage Cathorn claims you'd need an army to capture this, as he calls it, air elemental. According to the Archmage, the elemental escaped from the Mage Factory. Since he also claims the Mage Factory is suffering the plague, I and everyone else in Nostria would appreciate it if you assisted these students of the much-esteemed sequester in capturing that darned spirit.
From the Mage Factory. I need to catch that spirit.
Sequester's all with words.
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on...
You seem a wise fellow. Are you a magister? Oh, it's you. I heard about the epic battle in the Marcellan dungeons. Shame I wasn't there.
A shame indeed. A mighty warrior's sword would have been helpful. Horus sent me to find you. I'm helping the guard find the tabula, and the guard will help me defeat DuPont. Those are his instructions.
The tabula can wait. I have a different task for you. Help us find some fresh recruits for the guard, to restore Nostria's rightful position in the world. Montier sent most of our knights abroad on crusade. There are barely enough fighting men left to guard the citadel. In a tavern not far from here, you'll find Grefflet, a former brother-in-arms. He's a mercenary now. He commands a troop called the Grey Knights. Rumor has it, he's drinking pure aquas by the barrel, brawling and frightening the maids and disciples. Now, here's what I'm thinking. You have a supple way with words. Perhaps you could speak with Grefflet and see how he and his Grey Knights are set for work. Ideally, you'll persuade them to leave their mercenary lives behind and enlist in the Royal Guard. They're strong and capable warriors. If you're able to enlist Grefflet, many folks will be indebted to you, and not just the Guard.
No, these are not my problems.
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on...
Today's a very important day.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
So I shielded the miller's daughter with my left hand. Who are you? Another one of those who want to get to the DuPont's estate? So you should know, I only guard it. I have no invitations.
Wait. That means you and your Grey Knights guard DuPont?
Ha! That's right. I wouldn't have touched him with a 10-foot pole. There was one girl, poetess, but he took her from me, bastard.
I hear the Royal Guard is calling up new knights into their ranks. Would you like to come back?
Let them call up as much as they wish. I'm not going to return. I don't want to be blamed in Lamarok's death again. Never, ever. I'm tired of that story.
Who's Lamarok? I've never heard anything about it.
Yes, something. All right. I had a brother in arms, Baron Lamarok. He had a castle right here under the hill. I visited it quite often. So, one day we had a fight in front of the guests. A serious fight. And some bastard took advantage of that. That very night he was killed. Stabbed in the back with a dagger. In his own bedroom. I was accused of his murder and kicked out of the guard. That's it. Not a word more. And Castle Lamarok burned down soon after. Not by accident, obviously. Someone covering their tracks. But my heart tells me that some clues may have been left there. Wish I could find those bastards.
Well, I need to examine the ruins of Castle Lamarok. Might well shed light on the mysterious death in the past.
The ashes, or snow.
Luminous core. Did that work?
And scissors. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there is no will, there's a troll.
I heard a creaking sound somewhere in the distance. Is the spell still working? Huh. I found a key.
The wind bring the ashes, or snow.
My boy wrote to say he started.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
A mistake. A mistake with Cedric. Mistake.